Hey, it's your friendly neighborhood soup lady, Caroline, right here. I'm going to teach you one of my favorite springtime soups. It's my take on ash reshta, which is a Persian soup meant to celebrate the arrival of spring. It's full of tons of herbs, and it's like noodly and delicious. I can't wait to show you how it's made. This is mint, 2 bunches of parsley, both stems and leaves, 2 bunches of cilantro, a bunch of dill, just the fronds, and 2 large bunches of chives. That's the mix that goes in with a 5-ounce clamshell of spinach that we chop up a little bit. And then it starts with an onion and some garlic, some nutritional yeast and turmeric. And then it does have navy beans in it. My version has navy beans in it, and some lentils. And I have some brown rice noodles is what I use. So I can't wait to show you how it's all made. It comes together really simply, and it's always a favorite of Soup Club and mine when it comes around. Okay, so this soup starts with a nice amount of olive oil. And then I go for the chopped onion. We're going to season it with some salt and pepper. It will get that turmeric and that nutritional yeast after it's nice and tender. All right, so our onion and garlic is nice and tender. Now we get to add our turmeric and our nutritional yeast, our soaked navy beans, and some just regular brown lentils, all of the herbs and spinach. So this is that 2 bunches of chives that I've sliced into kind of, irregular 1/2-inch, 1-inch pieces. This is that small bunch of mint that I've stripped into just its leaves and then chopped that up. It's about 15 sprigs. This is those 2 bunches of cilantro that I've chopped both the stems and the leaves, and it's delicious. You can put all of it in. Same with 2 bunches of parsley. It's going to be a very full pot, but I promise you this will be one of your favorites. And that 5-ounce clamshell of spinach that I've roughly chopped. It'll all wilt down to like a normal looking soup amount. That'll all happen mostly when you bring it to a boil. So 8 cups water. Season it with salt since we just added all that water. And then you're just going to simmer it until those lentils and those soaked beans are tender. And then we'll come in for the next step. All right. Those lentils and beans are now tender, and I brought it back to a boil. And so now I'm going to turn the heat off. This is 8 ounces of rice spaghetti. You could use traditional if you wanted. I don't give a box measurement because I had a 12-ounce box, and sometimes boxes of traditional pasta can still be a pound. So it's either half of a box or like 3/4 of a box of pasta. And you just try and get it in sort of a single layer. And I do it in 2 different directions so that I can help it, hopefully, from not sticking together as much. And then I add a cup of water and just let it sit, pushing it down, and I'll let it sit. If you watched the webisode episode for my pasta fajoule, similar method. Just let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then it will be ready for seasoning. All right, here we go. We've got a pot full of noodles. Very earthy and fresh smelling. I think it's the mint. And even if you feel like you don't like one of those herbs, maybe you're not a cilantro person, I do recommend that you do use all of them. Otherwise, you could probably leave it out and double up on the other ones. But I feel like their harmony comes together and creates a completely different flavor of its own. So now that we have those noodles cooked, and they're still going to be a little al dente, which is how I like them, I'm going to add some lemon juice. which is absolutely clutch for the end of the soup. Very delicious. And a little bit of pepper, a little bit more pepper, and maybe a little bit more salt. I should taste it first, frankly, before I do that. Bad cook. Bad soup lady. All right, and I'm going to give this a taste. I'm so excited to be making Persian noodle soup. It just means it's getting close to spring. Oh man, is that good. Same method for my Roman noodle, if you guys watched that before. That was the first soup of January when I make for my wacky and weird New Year's celebration. It's sort of inexplicably creamy and earthy. It really is so good. And quite hot. But you can join me in making it too. It's in my Soup Club cookbook, which is a little hard to find these days, but if you find it out in the world, a secondhand copy, I don't care. Send me an email and I'll send you a signed book plate. I will just be so happy that you have this book and my recipes. So it's on page 81 of this book. But anyway, follow me here on YouTube or on Instagram at Slurp Soup Club for like silly soup lady content. And I look forward to seeing you here next week. Thanks again for coming.